Folks, imagine this. Tom Brady, the GOAT himself, steps into the high-stakes world of NFL ownership with the Las Vegas Raiders, and his first big swing? It lands with a thud louder than a missed field goal in overtime. What if I told you that the 7-time Super Bowl champ's fingerprints are all over a coaching hire that's now blowing up in spectacular fashion? Welcome to tonight's Raiders Report. I'm your host, diving headfirst into the chaos that's got Raider Nation buzzing from the shadows of Allegiant Stadium all the way back to those gritty Oakland days. Buckle up, because we're unpacking how Chip Kelly's firing just exposed the cracks in this silver and black empire, and trust me, it's got more twists than a late-game 2-minute drill. Let's start with the headlines that hit like a Max Crosby sack. The Las Vegas Raiders have parted ways with offensive coordinator Chip Kelly after a season that's been nothing short of a dumpster fire on the gridiron. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Chip Kelly who was supposed to light up the scoreboard with his spread option wizardry from his days at Oregon and with the Eagles? He's out. Fired mid-season, or close enough to it, as the Raiders' offense sputters like an old muscle car running on fumes. This isn't just a personnel tweak, it's a seismic shift that's got everyone from die-hard fans tailgating in the black hole to league insiders whispering about deeper dysfunction. And at the center of it all, none other than Tom freaking Brady, whose minority ownership stake just got its first real test, and it feels like he's studying for it with a pop quiz from hell. For those just tuning in, let's rewind the tape. It was this past offseason when Raiders owner Mark Davis, ever the bold visionary. He's the son of the legendary Al Davis, after all, the man who coined, "Just win, baby," and turned the Raiders into the rebel alliance of the NFL, decided to hand Brady the keys to the castle. Not full control, mind you, but a major voice in on-field decisions. Brady, fresh off retiring from his dynasty-building days with the Patriots and Buccaneers, wasn't just a celebrity investor. He was rolling up his sleeves, scouting talent, and swaying hires. Enter the new regime, head coach Pete Carroll, the evergreen tactician who's won everywhere from college grids to Seattle's Super Bowl run. General manager John Spytek, a sharp personnel guy with a nose for undervalued gems. And then, the crown jewel of the offense, Chip Kelly. Kelly, with his track record of turning quarterbacks into scramblers and defenses into pretzels, was billed as the spark to ignite a Raiders attack that had been middling at best under previous coordinators. But here's the gut punch. It hasn't worked. Not even close. The Raiders, sitting in the brutal AFC West where every week feels like a blood feud with the Chiefs' explosive Patrick Mahomes machine, the Chargers' Justin Herbert Lightning, or the Broncos' sneaky resurgence, have been a no-show on offense. We're talking bottom quartile rankings in yards per game, a red zone efficiency that's colder than a Tahoe winter, and turnovers piling up like unpaid parking tickets in Vegas. The Silver and Black, who boast a defense led by that beast Max Crosby, 24.5 sacks last year, folks, the kind of pressure that makes quarterbacks see ghosts, have been carrying the load, but even they can't patch every hole. Kelly's high-tempo schemes? They've looked disjointed, like trying to run a hurry-up offense in quicksand. And now, poof, he's gone. Davis pulled the trigger, but make no mistake, this one's got Brady's DNA all over it. Now, let's peel back the layers, because this isn't just about one coordinator flaming out, it's a mirror to the Raiders' soul, reflecting all those underlying concerns that haunted this franchise since the glory days. Remember, the Raiders aren't your average NFL team. Born in Oakland in 1960 as the Oakland Raiders, they were the bad boys of the league. Silver helmets gleaming under the California sun, pirate logos striking fear into the hearts of the establishment. Al Davis built a dynasty on commitment to excellence, with Hall of Famers like Marcus Allen, that electrifying running back who danced through Super Bowl 18 for MVP honors, or Howie Long, the defensive end whose trash talk could wilt offensive lines. They won 3 Lombardi trophies in the 70s and 80s, feasting on rivalries that still burn hot. Those epic clashes with the Chiefs, where the Holy War dates back to AFL days, or the battle for the Silver Shoe, with the Chargers that once featured John Madden's gap schemes bulldozing through San Diego. Fast forward to 2020, the move to Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium rising like a glittering coliseum on the Strip, complete with that massive flame shooting torch on game days. It was supposed to be a rebirth, a chance to blend old-school toughness with Sin City swagger. But the on-field product? It's been a roller coaster of heartbreak. Playoff teases under John Gruden, Derek Carr's gunslinger grit keeping them afloat, and now this Antonio Pierce interim era that's shown flashes but can't mask the inconsistencies. Statistically, this season's offense ranks 28th in points per game, a far cry from the 2016 Derek Carr-Davante Adams connection that lit up the league for over 4,700 passing yards. Compare that to last year. Under Mick Lombardi, they scraped to 19.2 points per game. Now, with Kelly's go-fast philosophy, it's dipped to 17.8.
Why?
The line's a turnstile, allowed 42 sacks already, per Pro Football Focus, and the run game's averaging a measly 3.8 yards per carry, making play-action a pipe dream. Tactically, Kelly's hire screamed innovation. His Oregon teams averaged 50-plus points, spreading defenses thin with zone reads and bubble screens. Pair that with a mobile QB like, say, if they drafted a Caleb Williams type instead of sticking with the veteran carousel. Wait, they're rolling with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew this year. Solid pros, but not exactly Kelly's wheelhouse. Pete Carroll, the run-first savant from his Seahawks days where Marshawn Lynch's beast mode trucked through Seattle's 12th man, clashed with Kelly's pass-happy tempo from the jump. It's like forcing a Ferrari engine into a pickup truck. Great in theory, explosive potential, but without the right gears, it spins out. Injuries haven't helped. Key receiver Jacoby Myers nursing a concussion, running back Zamir White banged up. It's a perfect storm. And Brady. His influence here is the real eyebrow raiser. As Yahoo Sports' Charles Robinson nailed it in a recent breakdown, and I love this quote, it cuts right to the bone. Chip Kelly let the cat out of the bag a long time ago when he said, "When I sat for an interview, the guy who got me on board was Tom Brady." He basically said that Tom represented the ownership group in the interview. He pointed at Tom Brady as being his guy that helped persuade him to end up taking this job with the Raiders. Oof. That's not just awkward, it's a neon sign flashing Brady's bust over the Raiders' war room. League whispers are turning into roars, especially from those expats lifers who still text Brady after every TB12 avocado ice cream binge. One source Robinson chatted with today, a former Belichick disciple, no doubt, dropping this gem. "Look man, I think Pete's on his page. I think Mark Davis is on his page. And I think Tom is on his page. And I don't think any of those three pages are together." Boom. Mic drop. It's like the Raiders front office is a band jamming without a conductor. Carroll wants establishment, Davis craves the flash, he's got that Vegas blood, after all, and Brady? He's pushing his winning edges from the Deflategate era, all process and precision. But when the product is a 4-7 record staring down a must-win stretch against the Chiefs on Black Friday, those pages might as well be in different books. Let me paint a picture from the locker room, because I've covered enough Raiders camps to know the vibe. Picture this fictional sit-down, but ripped straight from the heart of Raider Nation. I'm ringside at Allegiant, steam rising from the turf after practice, and Max Crosby, that long-haired warrior with the edge rusher build of a comic book hero, grabs the mic. "Man, Chip brought fire, you know? Fastball concepts, getting us in space, but when the O-line's leaking like a sieve, it's on us D to keep cashing checks. Firing him. Tough, but it's football. We adapt, or we get buried in the desert." Cut to Pete Carroll, Silver Fox still scheming like it's 92 at USC. "Look,